little bit of news about Puff Daddy. I mean, which is Diddy. They call him Diddy. I still call him Puff Daddy. What do you think his situation is now? Have you heard any updated news on his trial,
I
Isaiah?
heard some new stuff yesterday where they was talking about, Jakes and Oprah getting ready to be called down to the table and going to the principal's office, because they partaked in some of the things that he was doing. And we don't know if that stuff true. Is alleged stuff, man. Until I see them get called to the carpet and go inside of this trial, we don't know this is true, man, because what I see with people now, with these writers and these bloggers and stuff like that, they trying to put this stigma on all the black successful people, man. And Oprah is one of the biggest, and then you got Jakes is the biggest pastor in terms
TD
of being
Jakes,
black.
right?
TD Jakes,
Pastor
yeah,
Jakes.
yeah, and then they claim just because he turned over his industry over to his daughter, his ministry rather, to his daughter, they trying to act as if he's guilty of something, man. Until he's stand trial, nobody's seen pictures, and all of this is he says, she says stuff, alleged with Jakes, and they trying to tie him into all of this stuff. But Jake said he wasn't there. We only can speculate that he was there. They got him saying some stuff about swallow you up and all that garbage, and there was a part of his segment of a sermon that he had, and it had absolutely nothing to do with sexual activities. So
Sexual assault or human trafficking, right?
The thing that he was saying had absolutely nothing, because he was doing a sermon when he brought that up. So
Okay.
we could just only watch and see how this thing unfolds, because it's got all kind of twists and turns to it. So this week, if it's all true, they would show them being parts of it. Man, the thing that they have, what they say they have on him, he probably gonna walk free, because it's trafficking stuff, and they not proving their case with him trafficking people coming to his places. You got some grown folks who flew in, and people that came on their own consent. You can't lock a guy up for coming in there on your own consent. You consent to do it. Yeah. Grown folks, and that's the way it is. And he said that's what happens, and you got to prove him wrong. Despite all of that other foolishness they talking about with oil and grease and baby oil at the house.
Well, he had a pallet of baby oil, right, in his house. I mean
he's
at one of his houses.
Stuff big. He always say he do stuff big. Why would you buy one bottle?
That's pretty damn big. I mean, that's pretty damn big to have a pallet of baby oil.
Dude,
that's a big deal.
You got a pallet of baby oil.
That's pretty damn big. You talking about he always doing something big. A pallet of baby oil is
every time he get a new person in the house. DC,
that's enough oil that he could oil a whole army down for 20 years with that pallet of baby oil.
People coming in there. Everybody got
I guess he did.
Bottle of oil. So what?
There you go. There you go. Anyway, one last topic. It looks like Rick Ross, Rose, that's my guy now, and I'm gonna rephrase it. Rose has a street named after him in Mississippi, in Clarksdale, Mississippi,
where he was raised.
Yeah. So it looks like Luther Campbell's got his street in Miami, and it looks like Rick Ross just got certified that he said that he could park his Maybach on his own street.
Yeah.
Rick Ross Way. How about that?
That's beautiful.
And what do you think about that one, Najee?
It's well deserved. He does a lot of big things, man. Especially when I mean, he not only got his own businesses, but they don't have movies at his house that he has in Atlanta. He does a lot of stuff that people don't know. He's making money all types of ways, man.
Oh, he's definitely a very successful businessman. Yeah,
he's got one of those.
I can believe it.
He got a wing stop there in that town also.
Okay.
He put a wing stop in Mississippi somewhere. I think it was in his little hometown.
I think he has wing stops in Miami too, right?
He do. Yeah, he do.
Yeah, he got them everywhere in Miami.
Yeah, he got the checkered restaurants too.
Yeah, well, I'm very happy for him. He was able to succeed to this level now, and he's got a street named after him. Very wealthy man. He come from nothing, and I always like those kind of stories. When you come from nothing and then you make yourself into something, and you can run with elite people like he does. I mean, he's with the tops of the top. He ain't down in the gutter no more. And I mean, people may perceive him to be that way, but he's no longer in the gutter. I mean, as far as his financial situation goes, so I'm really happy for him. We're going to keep an eye out on Mr. Rose, and hopefully Rose will be able to come on to this show and chill out with us. I'd love to have him on here. If you see him in Miami, Isaiah, let him know that we
give him a shout out.
love to have him come on to this show.
We got his personal number. I'm going to call him and see what he can hop on and give us.
We only need a few minutes of his time. We're not going to ask for too much of his time.
Nah.
That's not what I'm about, and I know that's not what you're about.
You've reached the end of another episode of the DC Stewart Sports Talk podcast. Be sure to connect with us at Facebook and Twitter.com. Your voice is important, so head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. Catch our next episode.